Hey, what's up? It's the normal playing guy, and right, some good videos coming out. I'm behind, but we'll catch up. So, the GT Heroes have just had their Easy 8. They've been out about a week now, maybe even more. So, let's see how they fared. Now, when they first came out, they were brilliant, right? Goku was just really good offensively, hitting like 9 million with some pretty remarkable ease, and Vegeta after he attacked was one of the first few units to hit potentially 500,000 defense, right? They were pretty bonkers. Coming in with GT Heroes, right? Goku and Vegeta family respective, made GT Heroes really, really fun to do. Came out with a plethora of easy A's for them all, which, which is fantastic. So we're going to have a look now then to see how they have fared. Now this has come out, it says it's the 10th anniversary, but really it's probably not. This is the Dimer that's come out with the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? So of course that the kid versions slash Super Saiyan 4 kind of power, they're going to get their easy A. So what do we have? 170% and the Goku family 150, 180 attack, 120 defense, Rainbow Warp Changer, lots of attack per key sphere obtained on super attack, and then per ally in the turn, that's GT Hero, you get 100% defense. So what do we have now? Super attack effect, greatly stacked attack, so you're always going to be hitting hard, and then 30% defense for the turn. 4 more super attacks in the battle give you an active skill of massively raising attack. We now have, what do we have? Full 170% across the board for GT Hero and Goku family. Very nice. Now we have 250%. Very nice. So a huge boost in defensive stats there mainly. Still Rainbow Warp changing, which is nice. However, rather than just getting a whole bunch of attack, you now get 30% attack, 20% defense, and 10% crit per key sphere obtained before you are on super, right? So if you can string together like 6, 7, or 8, you're going to get 80% crit, you're going to get 160% defense, and you're going to get nearly 250% attack, which is pretty bonkers. With 3 or more key spheres, right? So it all depends if you can auto super, but really the more you get the better. But with 3 key spheres obtained, super effective, so hitting him is not really going to be too much of an issue. 5 or more key spheres, an additional super attack. That's not difficult, because if you have a few rainbows to chain in, chances are you probably could get 5. Now, the GT Heroes or Giant 8 power, right, in the same turn, depending on which has more members. Okay, well, to be fair, they're kinda along the same lines, right, as each other. So you'll probably see them both there. Now, it's either or, but it literally will not matter. Goes from 50% defense to 77. That makes an awful lot, because that now is 154. And then, of course, damage reduction rate goes up by 20%. So that's actually 40%, right? So that is huge. 40% damage reduction, an additional 150 something percent defense. For the first initial turn, you're guaranteed a super attack. Remember, you greatly stacked, so I wonder if you'll greatly stack both. When there's an active skill, not only are you likely to get 100% raise, but you're also going to get this. Ooh, he's going to hit hard. Remember, you can pop it after at least 4 super attacks, of which, by the way, greatly raises attack and defense for the turn. So you're not actually stacking that attack. Interesting. Yeah, you actually stacked attack in the first one. So is this a misplay? Rather than, right, so you're not actually going to get as powerful when you're fully built up. Pretty interesting, really. So you're not stacking that attack. However, you do get a little bit of defense buff in there. That's potentially worse, unless that's a mistake. But this would be crazy, because you're getting 100% attack, which will then multiply by 350%, and that is a guaranteed crit. It's pretty bonkers. Of course, the people who you can link up well with now, the Shining Star is going to be the new 10th anniversary unit. Sure. These have the Easy A's and they're really nice. Probably not too far away from the Super Easy A's, so they're all looking really good. Of course, we'll sync up really well with this guy. So the teams in particular, GT Heroes and Giant 8 Power, they're kind of the same sort of deal, right? You potentially could do one Earth Protecting Heroes, yeah. Like you could definitely find a team link with this. In fact, coming in with all of these, Goku Family, Power Beyond, Accelerator Battle, Earthbred, right? Earth Protecting. So again, solid enough teams. Maybe not necessarily Kamehameha, depending on the rotation, right? But you could certainly make an argument case for a lot of these. Some good ones coming in here, in particular GT is going to be huge, and as well as the same lineage, right? And even here, so there's potentially good amount of stats coming in on all of these. Nice bit of key, but plenty of attack. That's all-rounder, and look at that. So you can get 15% to stats and 4 key just from this. That's pretty bonkers. 15% to stats, 4 key? Yeah, that's a gnarly one, and that's just them. Solid, decent. This guy's going to be hitting ridiculously hard. His whole gimmick was power, and I can kind of see why. He is going to be a freak, but don't forget that defensively he's not going to be too bad. He's getting bonus defense and he's getting 40% damage reduction, which will help. Now, I'm not saying you need to stick him in slot 1. In fact, I wouldn't. He's definitely a floating unit. Maybe slot 2. He is 0 to hero, but again, depending on how many orbs you get and depending on the team's synergy, you'll likely find that his power, not so much his defensive power, but his offensive power will vary very much depending on the amount of key, right? So it's per key sphere obtained. So if you get him loads, he's going to be hitting crazy hard. If you're only able to get him a couple, do not expect much. This guy's going to hit like a wet paper towel. Bear in mind, yeah, that's increased. And yes, you got a bit of extra, and yes, you can get an additional super attack. It's just not going to work out the way you think it is. Units with this are kind of being prioritized above the rest. It's not as if it's total. This is the amount of orbs you can get. So this is on attack, and then this applies. So it can be difficult. So that's why I say he's a floater for that reason. He's very good at probably eliminating somebody at the end, but you gotta set him up. Anyway, so how do you do his Easy A? Well, it's power absorption. It comes from the Destined Rivals 8, because the 7th one was the LR Kaioken Goku and LR Great 8 Vegeta. They were the number 7. So yeah, great. Number 6 was probably going to be the UI and Ultra and Blue Vegeta, right? But anyway, only 30 stones, but it's still 30 stones, and we're the 8th one in, so quit your whinging. Right, okay, so power absorption. Automatically, you're looking at the Boo team, right? This guy with a 170%, really strong. I think he's 180, so again, potentially better. He works out really well for these. Yeah, you can also get some cells and omegas, but if you can really just stick to the Boos, you're going to be looking good there. It doesn't matter which one. You will face both of them at some point. You'll go through the physical, then you'll go through the int, but until then, you know, all of these are going to be beautiful. So really, you could stack up with STR and physical, and yeah, you're going to be doing pretty well there. Boo team, also like this guy's Easy A, really strong. Him, yeah, if you have him, he gets that hit first, really strong. This guy's really good, depending on the orbs. Yeah, this guy, you know, you can even use this guy, but again, orb heavy. So, you know, those two are perhaps the most productive members of the team. But yes, solid enough to do as it is. So, power absorption will help with them. How do you like him? I think he's good. he's going to hit crazy hard, right? There's no doubt about that. And as I say, his power and his presence is going to be felt massively. He is going to help out on this unit in particular with a lot of teams. Don't get me wrong, this unit's good. But I feel like compared to Gogeta, the full power Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, right, he's kind of just been outclassed. He's good, but the others just hit so freaking hard and do so much. It's just berserk. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Enjoy it. Get your 30 stones. Let me know how you're doing. I like him. I'm willing to bet Vegeta will be everyone's play because, defensive units are going to work out way more, right? But anyway, we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been the normal playing guide. Hey, let me know how it goes. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye-bye.